Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Notice of this meeting stated the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the three doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Okay. Members of the council who were elected in November 7, 2023 general election have subscribed to their oath of office prior to January 1st, 2024, but for the benefit of the public in attendance, the officials will repeat the process. Okay. We're going to begin with the oath of office for our 4th Ward Councilman, Alfred Muhammad. Please come forward.
Mr. Wilkes, come
Okay. He will be sworn in by Mayor Derek Arnstead. Okay. Also participating, holding the Quran will be Advar Muhammad. Also participating is Ronald Sahuddin, Solange Charlatan, I hope I'm pronouncing these correctly, Alfred Muhammad II, and District Leader Bob Wilkins.
I think we can.
Councilman Muhammad, is everyone from your family up? Or that you?
Everyone is assembled as home today.
Okay.
Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
Okay. Congratulations, Councilman Mohammed. Okay, now we'll have the swearing in of Councilman of the Sixth Ward, John Francis Roman. He will be sworn in by Senate President Nicholas P. Scutari, who is in attendance this evening. Holding the Bible will be his mother, Melinda Roman. Also participating will be his wife, Samantha Delmita Roman, and his daughter, Reagan Presley Roman, his sister Danielle, and his nephew, Finn Carter? No? Okay, that's okay.
Done this once or twice, right?
Stand right in the middle. And hold the Bible, right?
Is mom holding the Bible?
Mom, told you could do it. Told you could do it.
Whoever's holding it.
Get closer to mom. Mom.
Come on this way. Place your left hand on the Bible. You should be over here.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I, John Francis Roman,
I, John Francis Roman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and I bear
true faith
true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of Sixth Ward Councilman
of Sixth Ward Councilman
in the City of Linden
in the City of Linden
for a 3-year term
for a 3-year term
commencing January 1st, 2024,
commencing January 1st, 2024,
and terminating December 31st, 2026.
terminating December 31st, 2026,
According to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations,
Thank
Councilman.
you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Who needs the Bible?
If I could just say one.
Sure.
Thank you first, Council President, for allowing me just 30 seconds to say Happy New Year and holiday wishes to all the members of the council and the mayor, and give me a quick opportunity to wish the city best wishes this year and continue their fine leadership. And I want to thank John Francis Roman for giving me the opportunity to swear him in. It's always a tremendous honor when someone asks you that. I always try to make sure that we can do that. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and happy holidays and best wishes to all the members of the council here for the tremendous hard work that they've been doing for the city of Linden. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator President.
Okay, congratulations, Councilman Roman. Okay, next we'll have the swearing in of Councilman of the 8th Ward, Mark Armstead. He will be sworn in by Mayor Derek Armstead, and holding the Bible will be his uncle Ernest Armstead. Please come forward. Also participating, of course, would be the First Mother of Linden, Anna L. Armstead.
I, Mark Armstead, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform the duties of 8th Ward Councilman for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2024, and terminating December 31st, 2026, according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman. We're good. Give it to Joe. Okay.
Congratulations, Mark. All right, thank you, Bobby.
Okay, next we'll have the Councilwoman in the 10th Ward, Christine Hudak. She will be sworn in by Mayor Derek Armstead, and holding the Bible will be Union County Commissioner Joseph C. Bodek.
I
I, Christine Hudak,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform the duties of 10th Ward Councilwoman
perform the duties of the 10th Ward Councilwoman
for a 3-year term
for a 3-year term
commencing January 1st, 2024,
commencing January 1st, 2024,
and terminating December 31st, 2026,
and terminating December 31st, 2026,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay. While they're returning to the dais, I'd like to acknowledge some guests that are here this evening. As we saw before, Senate President Nicholas Katari. We have Assemblyman James Kennedy here in attendance. Can you please stand to be acknowledged? We have Assemblywoman Linda Carter. We have Union County Surrogate Christopher Hudak. We have the city clerk from Plainfield, A.J. Jala. No? Okay. From our Board of Education, we have Annie Pinto. Anybody else? Okay. All right, Joe, do we have the certificates of election to give out?
On behalf of County Clerk Joanne Rajapi, I'm presenting each of the elected officials with their certificate of election. Ms. Rajapi notes that as a former council member and mayor, she appreciates the demands that will be made on each of them with the privilege and opportunity to serve their town. If her office can assist any of them, she is there to help you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Ormond?
Here.
Javik? Present. Caldwell? Mohammed?
Excused.
Rivas?
Present.
Roman?
Here.
Strano?
Here.
Armstead?
Here.
Medina?
Here.
Hudak?
Here.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Okay, we'll now move on to presentations and public comments. This is a ceremonial meeting, so we ask if anyone would like to come up. Now's the time. Can you turn that around, please? Okay, please state your name and address for the record.
Thomas Yamakaitis, 921 McGilvery Place. Good evening, Mayor Armstead and council members. I just want to take this time to wish everyone a happy new year, and I really want to give the council a great deal of credit. For those who don't know, I have secondhand experience. The council president is my mother. For many years, she's been on council. So I know what it's like. I know at 9:30 on Christmas morning, someone's calling about something to complain about something they have no business complaining about at 9:30 on Christmas morning. But it's a thankless job sometimes. So on behalf of the Linden Democratic Club, as the president, I would like to congratulate all the newly elected and re-elected city council members. So Alfred Muhammad in the 4th Ward, John Roman in the 6th Ward, Mark Armstead in the 8th Ward, and Christine Hudak in the 10th Ward. I'd also just like to congratulate Linden's own Joe Bodek, who was elected as County Commissioner, and Nick Scutari on his re-election as State Senator. Thank you.
Hey, is there anyone else from the public that wishes to speak? Just state your name, and
My
address.
name is Kira Ormond. I live at 901 Summit Street, Linden, New Jersey.
Go ahead, Kira.
To my Uncle Mark, I just want to say congratulations on being a new councilman. I wish you the best of luck during the time while you're on council and that you will do great. I hope this council experience is great for you in the next few years, and I know everyone on council will respect you. Good luck with being new councilman, and keep doing all the hard work you did. And also, I want to say another thing real quick. I love you. Thank you for all that you've done for me, and also being a good help to me, and good luck.
Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to speak? Okay.
Well, I gotta get up and say
Okay.
something on behalf of the Armstead family. My name is Sonia Armstead, reside at 1030 Clark Street. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone. Congratulations to all the newly elected officials. I just want to take a moment to say to my brother, Councilman Mark Armstead, that you have done what we were taught. Hard work. The payback is what you received. You are now the newly elected councilman of the 8th Ward. My father is looking down on you, proud as can be. I am proud as can be, your family, your friends, and what you have shown us is, to all the naysayers, never quit. Never, ever quit. There's so many things I could go on and say, because I'm from the Armstead family, and I can go on for an hour. But I just want to say I'm super proud of you, and you have now, to me, have shown all the young people in there that no matter what direction your life has gone, you make a left, you make a right, but you have gotten on course. And to all those who, you go ahead, Alfred, and for all those who may have even had the inkling of doubt, you proved them wrong. So congratulations, I'm proud of you, and anything you need while you're in council, you call on us.
Good evening and Happy New Year to all. Council President, Council, Mayor Armstead, elected, newly elected, and re-elected council members, congratulations. I'm going to tell you, this is one heck of a team. We can see that you guys will truly, truly be working hard over the next couple of years, especially this year coming up, as you continue to follow the vision that has been set forth through Mayor Armstead and working collectively to make sure Linden gets all that it needs, and we are here to work with you. As your Assembly Representative and Jim Kennedy here, we work very hard with the Senate President to make sure that we're bringing the right resources, but we do it collectively with everybody. So I just wanted an opportunity to say congratulations, wishing you all the best, and looking forward to working over the next year with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's a pleasure to be here. I am the proud son of two parents, both from Linden, New Jersey. My father, Tom Kennedy, and his brother lived here on Henry Street, Joe Kennedy, and my mother's last name was Reichard. And anybody that was around for 1940-some football, he might remember my uncle. He was a pretty good football player. So it's proud to be here, and good luck to all of you. And remember, it's not the big pay, obviously, that we're here for. It's all the good work you're ready to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak at this time? Okay. I'm going to now call on Mayor Derek Armstead. Please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Council President, members of the City Council, family, friends, and residents of the great city of Linden. I want to wish everybody a healthy and prosperous new year, and would like to congratulate all those who were reelected, council members from the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad, 6th Ward Councilman John Francis Roman, and 10th Ward Councilwoman Christine Hudak. I would like to also extend my heartfelt congratulations to the newly elected 8th Ward Councilman Mark Armstead. Tonight, as we gather to celebrate the success and resilience of our city, I'm filled with an overwhelming sense of pride. My family and I are thrilled that my brother Mark has taken on the role of councilman. Joining the ranks of public service in Linden, it's a joy to see him contribute to the betterment of our community. Alongside with my sister, who serves as an elected official in the 1st Ward, my daughter, Brianna Armstead, who serves as a member of the Board of Education, and my cousin, Annie Pino, who serves on the Board of Education. Yet it's a family affair, okay? I want to take a moment to acknowledge my mother, who is the matriarch of our family. She's kept us together for many, many years. My wife, who I'll say, we have a saying, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. My children, who support me unconditionally, despite the fact that I spend so much time away from home, but I'm always there to pick them up from school just to find out what's going on in their minds. And I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my uncle. We call him Uncle Curdy. His name is Ernest Armstead. We call him Uncle Curdy. And he is the patriarch of our family at this moment, who traveled all the way from Georgia to be here for the swearing-in ceremony of my brother Mark. His unwavering support and the support of my grandparents and the political fire that they ignited in me at an early age have been instrumental in shaping my journey in public service. Family, indeed, forms the cornerstone of our strength, and I am grateful for the continued encouragement from those closest to me. So I'm going to go off script for a little bit because my uncle means so much to me. When I was coming up, he used to always say, he gave us a saying. He said, you can say it 1,000 different ways, he said, but every time you say it differently. He said, there are men in the ranks who are going to stay in the ranks. He says, why? I'll tell you why. He says it's simply because they just don't have what it takes to get the job done. Basically, he was saying, you have a task, you're given a task, go do it. Do it to the best of your ability. And we take that spirit with us right into governance. We take it with us everywhere. I thank you for putting that in my head at an early age, you know what I mean? And it's just a pleasure to have you as an uncle You are really part of the cornerstone like I talked about earlier. I could probably tell you 1,000 stories about Uncle Curdy, but I'm gonna leave it at that one because we could be here all night. But I'll tell you one thing, when I decided to run for mayor, he was the first person to contribute to my campaign fund. And you know what he did? He got on the phone and made sure the aunts and the uncles did the same. He said, this is serious business here. Your nephew's running for mayor. He said, it takes money to do everything. He says, and he needs money to win. And Uncle Curdy went about the business of gathering the family and making them get together and put some money together so I could be here today. And I thank him for that and for waking everybody up in the family. Looking ahead, I'm excited to announce that the State of the City address will take place in the spring of 2024. I know you're all accustomed to having it here at the reorganization, but we decided to try to be more in line with some of the other cities and have it during the spring of the year. That date will be coming up very soon. I will let you all know. I would like to take an opportunity to reflect on our achievements and address the challenges and set the course for an even brighter future in Linden. What many people don't know is over the last 7 years, our commitment to fiscal responsibility has set us apart. Notably, we have achieved a remarkable feat of maintaining a city budget without imposing new taxes for 7 years. This accomplishment reflects our dedication to the well-being of our hardworking residents, and I'm proud to lead a city that prioritizes financial stability, allowing us to invest in essential infrastructure, public services, and overall community well-being. Now, I got a story I got to tell you about Mark. During the campaign, there was a lot of talk, and people were saying, well, we don't need another Armstead on council. So I ran into a couple in the supermarket, and they told me, said, you know what? I look at my tax bill every year. He said, if having Armsteads on council is going to mean my taxes aren't going up, he says, we need to get a few more of you up there. So I know that Mark is going to come with the same resolve and the same intestinal fortitude that it takes to lead a city and get us to where we have to be. And I know he's going to dig in and do a great job. That's the way he's always been. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, you know. As your mayor, I want to emphasize that Linden's open for business. I am a business-friendly mayor who welcomes corporations, companies, small businesses to become an integral part of our community. Take a drive down 1 and 9, if you will, and witness the transformation of the old General Motors plant, which is now called Legacy Square Shopping Center. The new industrial warehousing that's here in Linden, we built over close to, we have about 8 million square feet of warehousing here in Linden now. Our luxury apartments along the Northeast Corridor, we can get you into New York within 35 minutes. These developments are testaments to the fact that Linden is not just alive, it is well and thriving. In closing, let our collective passion for this city be the driving force behind our shared success together. We will continue to build a Linden that we are all proud of, that we're proud to call home, a city that embraces progress, celebrates diversity, and ensures prosperity for future generations to come. Thank you, and may the spirit of Linden continue to flourish. God bless you all.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Armstead. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the council. We're going to start with our newly sworn-in councilman of the 4th Ward, Alfred Muhammad.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President. Let me take my watch off. You know, I suffer from two occupations, a preacher and a politician. If I don't watch, I won't know where to give the mic up. So let me just say it. First of all, I thank God for this great city of Linden, and to the Council President, Yamakitas, to Mayor Armstead, to our fellow county leaders, Ms. Carter, Assembly Carter, who also happens to be from Virginia, and Senator, we haven't promoted you yet, but Assemblyman Kennedy. I'm just honored, and I have to tell you, my heart is heavy. If you had told me 70-odd years ago that I would be in Linden, I would say I will sell you the Brooklyn Bridge too. Then I would ask you the question, where is Linden? But Linden has been kind. I've lived all over the United States. Most of those cities haven't been kind to me, but Linden has been kind to me. I never came to Linden with the idea of running for anything except for the bus station, the trains, and the airport. But I've fallen in love with this city, and I was invited by now I'm studying mayors, the greatest mayor in these United States, Mayor Derek Armstead. I don't say that lightly. Anybody that knows my history know that I marched with Dr. Martin Luther King. I marched behind the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I have one of my great commanders sitting here, Mr. Akbar Muhammad, who actually I think we met before that, when I spent 90 days with Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight champion of the world. So, when you see a city that's thriving, when all the ethnic groups is here, working together, and understand that this great religion is the Constitution of the United States under God, and as the clerk read, God of the universe looked down favorably upon us, and we want him to look down favorably. We want to get a rededication to the Constitution of these United States. You know, I say this as I speak with almost chills coming down my spine. I'm sure my grandmother never thought her grandson would ever be here. And my grandmother was born in Appomattox, Virginia. She was a slave. That's what makes America great, and will make America greater, because people stood up to fight to see America for all people. And we are going to make America greater and great again. I congratulate the Senate President. I congratulate others here, our great mayor, and my right-hand man, stand up, Mr. Bob Wilkins. He's an unsung hero, but always has been an aid to me. And let me say, you can reach me at 908-463-4843. Sometimes I get calls from people, they ask me to get that law license back, but believe you me, I believe this business is the business of service. When I first met Mayor Armstead, he came to my door, and I said, what kind of mayor to come? No, he's councilman. And I told him, I said, you know what? I don't know whether you can help me with this problem, but you will be mayor. And I think we have seen the beginning of his great achievement. And I would tell you this. I was with him in Atlantic City. I was councilman-elect. And I saw him pick a man up off the street. Obviously, there was no votes in Atlantic City. The man was drunk, so he probably didn't have any money to contribute. But I saw him picking up fallen humanity. That's what we have to do as public servants. It's not about denigrating people. It's not about dividing the races. It's not about putting people down. You're good, I'm bad. It's about lifting humanity up and melding this country into one. We're coming up with some crucial elections, and we must stand together with the American Constitution. It starts in Linden, as Mayor Armstead said, I may not can change the world. I may not can change the United States, but I can change Linden. And I'm going to say we're going to change Linden from better to better to better. People are going to feel like, and let me be also very prejudiced, and tell everybody that the best place in the world to live is the 4th Ward in Linden. Come to Linden. And I invite, and let me also reiterate, the 4th Ward is open for business, it's open for residents, it's open for prosperity. And I don't care what your needs are, you may be down, you may feel bad, you can give me a call. I still got my preacher's license, so I want you to know that. I'm still in the business of inspiring people. I have to especially thank Ms. Veronica Grant, who was my business partner. Some of you don't know the many dimensions of me, but I'm also been a businessman. You know, America was built on business people. And Mr. Akbar Muhammad, would you stand? Would you stand, Mr. Akbar Muhammad, the great boxing promoter, the vice president of Top Ring Boxing that promoted Muhammad Ali, Matthew Saad, Muhammad, and also I remember him as a young man with much more hair on his head, as a crack lieutenant of the fruit of Islam that taught me military bearing and was a living testimony to the great work of one of the greatest civil rights workers in America, Minister James Shabazz. I'm honored and privileged to have you with us. And lastly, but not least, someone who looked out for me while I'm going through health issues, Miss Joan Radcliffe. I thank you all. You've been a part of my life, and I thank God for that. I also say, I was speaking pride to some place. I said, thank God to be here. But when after you've gone through what I've gone through, and at my age, I said, thank God to be anywhere. But I certainly thank God to be a councilman from the 4th Ward in Linden. And make no doubt about it, the 4th Ward is the greatest ward in Linden. Everybody else, I have to say one last thing. One of the first people I met in Linden, when I never thought I would move to Linden, was the great Mark Armstead. And I said, where you live at? He said, Linden. I'm still trying to compute. Where's Linden at? And we worked in the education business, the school business. So for those who might heard this, well, let me not talk to my critics. I usually don't spend much time on critics. But I'm going to say this. Mr. Dennis Mays, you are 100% man. You ran a decent campaign. You were very respectable. And that's the way kosher politics or allowed politics should be. Let's not bash people. Let's bash their ideas. But let's push for concepts that would make our city, our country, our state great. And believe you me, America is just heading to greater and greater days. Don't let the distractors and don't let the haters drink haterade. We as Americans will be one. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. And I forgot to tell you, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Before I move on to Councilman Roman, I see we have another Board of Education member here I didn't acknowledge earlier. Board Member Brianna Armstead. I don't think there's anybody else, right? Okay. Now, without further ado, Councilman of the 6th Ward, John Roman.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to need a few more terms to be as good as an orator as Councilman Mohammed. I'm going to read this straight as I just wrote it not long ago. That was phenomenal. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Senate President, her Assembly members, Commissioner Bodek, our surrogate, Chris Hudak, Mrs. Armstead, Mayor and Council. 6 years ago today, I had the great honor of first sitting in the seat. I never thought I'd be up here for a 3rd term. I sit here 6 years later, still humbled, having fulfilled a dream to serve my family, my friends, their families, and my neighbors in this great room where political titans of the past had cut their teeth. In early 2017, when I hatched this crazy plan to run for council, some 2 weeks before the filing deadline, someone who was like a father to me, a titan in their own right in our political world, told me that I'd better win or I'd have every arrow pointed directly at me and my career would be ruined. No pressure. It was that day that I had to choose between the dream of serving my family and friends and the possibility of ruining my career. In February of that year, right after that, I sat with our chairman, Senator Scuteri, who swore me in tonight, and told him my intentions to run for city council. He declined to support me because he wanted peace in this city, and he knew that my candidacy would not create that peace. I remember telling him that I had planned to run off the line and that one day he would thank me. To this day, I do not know where I got the gall to speak to our senator like that, but at that time, seeing the city go in a direction that I felt was wrong, I knew I had to win, and I truly felt at the time that it was my responsibility to do so. I worked 20 hours a day for 6 weeks. I woke up, I went to work, I walked doors, I mined data, I developed and designed literature, I got that literature printed, I slept for a few hours, and I did it all over again. In June of 2017, I unseated a very popular incumbent without saying one negative thing about him, Councilman Bob Sadowski, who is a great man and someone who has given me great advice over the last 6 years, and I want to thank him for always being there for me. I'd worked many campaigns prior to this one, some statewide, some here in Linden, but I had never worked that hard in my life. And it's true, if you want something, you have to be willing to do anything for it and go get it. I will never forget the moment I was able to look up at that tally sheet and hug my father and mother after I realized that the math was in my favor. It will forever be remembered as one of the best moments of my life. With any journey through life, we have a lot of help along the way. I have a few people to thank for staying with me through the ups and downs of life. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, who has been with me every step through every door of this journey. To my father, Thomas, thank you. Just a hard-working kid from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and a General Motor employee here in Linden. His life was cut short, but by circumstances beyond his control. I love you, and I hope you're proud of me. I would like to thank my mother, Melinda. Stand up, Mom. Sorry. Stand it up. She can't. The reason she can't, my mother had major surgery less than a week ago, literally less than a week ago, but she wanted to be here for her son, as she always has been. So thank you, Mom. After my father was injured, my mother picked up the slack in our household, growing up poor in the Maverick manner and getting her first job at the age of 13. She just retired this past June after working at Newark Airport for 42 years to make sure her children had a better life than she had herself. This I've learned myself as a new father is the true measure of success, to make sure your kids have a better life than you. During the years, she managed to nurse my father through multiple neck surgeries. She took on part-time as a certified medical assistant, and she managed to go through Trinitas Nursing School at the age of 50, all while raising her children. She's the definition of an Irish Catholic, and the reason that her 3 children have grown up to successfully graduate from college and go on to have successful careers in their own right in teaching, engineering, and government, well, mostly so far. To my brother and sister, thank you for always being there to hear me out. They say siblings are the most important people in your lives. Your parents leave you too early, your spouses come too late, but your siblings are there for the whole ride, so thank you, Dave. To my beautiful Samantha, I love you. You are the fiercest woman I know. To talk about the character of my wife, she's the type of woman that shows up to the Senate Labor Committee to testify immediately after having just been married. Regardless of how many times that she's testified in front of this committee, and she went up there and announced herself immediately as Samantha Roman. I can't believe how many text messages I got in that moment from staffers in the State House, but I already knew it because I was listening, and I'm so proud of you and your accomplishments. We certainly had our ups and downs. I will tell you this, when we met, Samantha certainly didn't know what she was getting into with Linden politics, I'll tell you that much. But you have been patient and supportive in times when you shouldn't have been. Trust me, there are many times where she wanted to run for the hills, but she stayed. Not only she stayed, she fought with me, fought for me. You walked door to door with me, dropped flyers in the middle of the night. We dropped 1,200 American flags in one night around the 6th Ward. And she, for the past couple of years, has shared me with over 5,000 residents. My wife holds many titles. She's a daughter, now a wife. She's a 34-year-old CEO. But most importantly, the most important title she has is mother to our beautiful, perfect daughter, Reagan. Baby, I just want to let you know that I will do anything for you and that little girl, and I will continue to prove that as we begin the next chapter in our lives. I would like to thank a few more people, Assembly members from our legislative district, Jim Kennedy, someone I've known and admired for many years. I call him the architect of Rawway. He can talk to you about economic development. It's like getting a master's degree. He's a genius in his own right, and I appreciate you being here, Jim, and always giving me good advice. Assemblywoman Carter, thank you. It's hard to believe that 10 years ago today I started working for you. I hope I am, and I continue to make you proud. I'd also like thank a few more people. I can't name them all. Mayor Christian Bullwidge, Councilman Manny Grova, Sheriff Pete Corvelli, Mayor Raymond Giacobbe, Commissioner Board, especially Al Maribel and Joe Bodek, and our county surrogate, Chris Hudak. So many residents, Dave Pilmenstein, who's in the House, Springfield Deputy Mayor Harris Lawfer, two of my best friends, everyone who showed up to my fundraisers, former Union County employees that stood by my side, friends throughout the different towns, Winfield Fire Department, friends from Clark, Rahway, Garwood, Kenilworth, who always have shown their support to me. Mr. Pete Cole, 28-year member of Rahway Board of Education, owner of John Butch Cole's Tavern in Rahway, for always having my back and pushing me to work harder. And a special shout out to my 6th Ward family, all the volunteers, all the paid staff, residents who again have elected me their voice on council. Democracy is ugly, it's not always fully functioning, it can be frustrating at times. We've had our battles up here, and I am happy to have learned from many of you on council. I'm happy that we've been able to have construction conversations behind the scenes in order to create compromise and get things done for this city. That's why we're up here in the first place. That's how this government was created, after all, through compromise and persistent conversations, paving the way for solutions that will better people's lives. Many people in this new world have forgotten that. Thank you, council. We finally started talking to each other and not at each other. And over the last 2 years, I'm thankful that you've helped me accomplish so much for the 6th Ward residents. And there's more to do. And if I can assist any of you, please let me know. I'm a phone call and text message away. In what's going to be my final term as your councilman, I hope to finish what I started. The first flyers I ever sent out in 2017 had a laundry list of issues for the 6th Ward. I'm happy that I've accomplished all of them, all but 2. Many of the roads have been paved, sidewalks are done and ongoing, and man, I dare you to find one dead tree in the 6th Ward. It's not going to happen. The only 2 issues from my original flyers that stand out are a more permanent solution for our train station, which I'm proud to say is ongoing, and more excellent changes are coming to our bridge soon through our engineering department. I appreciate you guys. The other is a twofold creation of park and recreation space at School 6, and with a combination with the school board that I hope to work with them in, and to oversee the complete capital improvement of Pulaski Park, which is the 6th Ward's only municipal park on West Munsell Ave. This will be my focus in my final term as the 6th Ward councilman. I chose to study government because I wanted to correct a wrong done to my parents. I started showing up here when I was 21 years old. As my parents' tax rate doubled in just a few years, I wanted to make sure that they were getting their money's worth. As I've gone through the process and grown in this world, I've realized that there's a whole lot of takers in this world and not enough people putting back. So I've dedicated my service to always be the one putting back, to give back. Give back to my parents, to my community, and now to my beautiful wife and daughter who need me more now than ever. So stop taking and give back. Be a part of the solution and not the problem. Life is short. And don't forget that a lot can be accomplished with a little bit of hard work, compassion, and grit. Thank you, Linden, and thank you, Council President. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Okay. Councilman Mark Armstead.
Thank you, everybody. First, I really have to say thank God for this opportunity to sitting up here. It's something that I wanted to do. And I would also like to recognize my bishop, Bishop McNeil. I love you. This would not have happened without you. My Mount Zion family kept me strong because there were some bad things said about me, and Bishop just said, you know what? You just keep moving on. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And I lived and I walked with that. I walked with that. I hope I don't babble, but I have to let you know how this election started here in Linden, and it reached all the way to California. I lived in California one time, and I worked for the Oakland Police Officers Association, San Francisco Police Officers Association. Guy that I work with, young man, Lamont Carter. Father was my boss in Oakland. He moved out to Jersey, and when I needed his help, he was there for me. and I appreciate it so much. I'm doing this for the people. This is not about a big I, you know, a little you. It's all about the people. Which I will go on and say to my uncle, Curdy, Ernest Armstead, I appreciate you coming all the way from Georgia for this moment. My mother, also my campaign manager. Yes, she was my campaign manager. Every day when I come home from work, she's saying, are you going back out there? Are you going out on the streets today? I was like, yes, I am. So, and I do want to share this with you. When the election, when I first decided I was going to run, I went to Mayor Armstead and said, Derek, I am running for the 8th Ward Councilman's position. I said, are you going to support me? He said, absolutely not. And I didn't understand, but I did kind of understand. So I did like any mature adult would do. I said, I'm telling mommy. Okay. So I go home and I sit and I talk with my mother, and I said, Ma, he's not going to support me in the election. And my mother just sat there and didn't say nothing. And a few minutes later, she said, you know, when you were a kid and we couldn't afford to get you guys bicycles, you went out and you sold candy for the PAL. She said, you not only won yourself a bike, but you won your sister a bike too. She sure did. Mm-hmm. She said, get out there and sell some candy for the PAL. Okay? So then I got it. I needed to go door to door and knock on everybody's door, let them know who I am, what I was about. And what happened, happened. There's nothing that a person can't do. If God has it meant for you, there's no man that can take it from you. No man. And before I want to go on, I would like to recognize somebody, Councilman Samid Monk from East Orange, standing right there. We met each other through my cousin, which I will get to you later, all right? I will definitely get to you, cousin, okay? Like I said, I am so grateful. I had so many people in my life. Ken Pinnock, who was there for me in the election. The Verdier family, who's been there for me since I was a kid, okay? Yes, I've met Muhammad Ali myself too, Brother Muhammad. Mr. Verdier took me to meet Muhammad Ali, all right? Also, I would like to share about their son, who is also from the 8th Ward, does not live here in New Jersey anymore, but on the same day that I won my election, he won the election to be the president of the UAW in Michigan. This is all the 8th Ward, you guys. And just because I'm an 8th Ward member does not mean that I'm not for every ward in this city. I am so grateful for this town. People in this town, from city to city, I mean, from I can't get it out of my mouth now. From ward to ward, I know people in every ward in this community, and it's an honor to go out someplace and people know you, recognize you, and respect you for who you are, and don't care what happened 35 years ago. I'm truly grateful. Ms. Danzy, you have been a real key in my life during this election, just by pushing me, telling me go and don't stop. Mr. McCullers, I want to thank you for helping out on this election. You did a yeoman's job for me. And last but not least, my cousin Robin Donald, who, by the way, just because your last name is an Armstead doesn't mean that you're not an Armstead, all right? Because she is an Armstead in every aspect of the way of being an Armstead. And when I needed some help, when I had nobody at the very beginning, I reached out to her, and she's like, well, come on, we're gonna do this, you know? And it started with getting on the phone. And she, if I said, Robin, I think I could fill this Cadillac up with gas and we can fly it to the moon, she's going to say, well, let's figure it out. And that's the type of people that you need in your corner, people that believe in you, okay? One more thing, Alan Pierre, my good friend. I met Alan Pierre in the 5th grade. We were in the same class. Alan could not speak one lick of English, but he knew all the words to Lovin' You by Minnie Riperton. And I remember that was like yesterday. My Aunt Elaine, my cousin Jeffrey, I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting you to come here, okay? My buddy Corey from my job, Aries Technologies, I appreciate you all coming here. I see another cousin here. I have so much family here, and I'm truly grateful. And now, it's time to get to work, you guys. I want to show you guys what a councilman is supposed to do for their people. You call me, I will answer. If I can't answer, I will get back to you in a timely manner. I will do what it takes to make the people of the 8th Ward satisfied with the work that's going to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak.
Thank you to everyone for re-electing me to service as your representative for the next 3 years. I am deeply humbled by your support, and I will continue to make sure your concerns are heard and addressed. I especially want to thank those who have served, are serving, and will be serving to protect our freedoms and our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening and Happy New Year. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the 4th Ward Councilman, Alfred Muhammad, to the 6th Ward Councilman, John Francis Roman, to the 10th Ward Councilwoman, Christine Hudak, on your reelection. But this day is epic. It's a moment in the history of Linden that will never be forgotten. First there was 1, then there was 2, and now there's 3. Mark, Councilman Armstead, is my younger brother who has got more tenacity in his pinky nail than most of us have in our whole entire bodies. When Mark sets his mind to do something, Mark will do it unequivocally. So this is all about you today. I am proud of you. I knew you could do it because it's in your blood, it's in our blood. In 1927, the Armsteads moved to Linden, and I never understood what it was to be an Armstead until I understood my grandmother. Because I would watch my father just be so kind and serve people, and then I learned who my grandmother was. And then I realized that the apple does not fall too far from the tree. And sometimes that apple just stays right on that tree. So if you're talking about a commitment to serve the community, to serve the public, and to do the right thing, you are going to always want an Armstead on your team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Armstead, but I'm just saying it because it's the truth. Mark worked hard. Mark was honest. He had integrity. He lived up to what my father, my mother, my grandparents, and all of our family expected him to. You don't have to go out and say anything bad about anyone. All you have to do is go out and tell the public what you want to do. And for the most part, the public just wants you to call them back. They don't always want a yes answer, but they want to know that you care and that you're going to try. And if you want someone who's going to care about you in the community, it's Mark. Mark lived in that neighborhood with us from the time he was 6 years old. So everybody knows Mark, and they know what he's like, and they know what he's capable of doing. I'm proud of him. I know he's going to do a good job. My daughter said it perfectly, that she knows he's going to do a great job. She knows that he's going to be respected. And she put it simply, how he's always there for her. And I do admit that he's always there for both of my kids through some of the trials and struggles that I have had, my husband has had, with raising children on the spectrum. Uncle Mark is always there. There's one thing that most of us who are over 50 will probably remember a song by the Hollies. The words of the lyrics to the song is, "The road is long with many winding turns that lead us to who knows where. But we are strong, strong enough to carry him." And I'm going to say it again because I used to say it about my other brother. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. And I want to let him know that both the mayor and I are going to be here to help you learn the ropes, because some of these ordinances and some of these rules are just totally crazy. But we're going to be here to support you and to help you, and just to let you know that you're not in this journey alone. And just always remember who you are, who we are, who our father is, and who our grandparents are. And they are looking down upon you, and they are smiling. And no, they're not smiling, man. They tap dance and sing and shout and have with pride with all that you have accomplished. Last but not least, I'd like to just wish the residents of the First Ward a happy new year. You will be seeing me out there walking. The weather's going to get a little bit cold and it'll get nice, but you'll see me out there. That's one of the things that we do. We wear some holes in shoes. So Mark, if you need a couple of pair of sneakers, I'm down. But, you know, just keep on pounding the turf. And just once again, for all who supported him, thank you. Thank you so much, because he deserved your support. He's a good guy. You know, we all have done some funny things, some not so cool things in our lives. But when it all boils down to it, if you want somebody who's going to be there for you in the trenches, Mark's your man. Congratulations, Councilman brother.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. So many things have been said here already. I mean, it's just phenomenal tonight with our newly elected officials, but I just want to be short and simple. Congratulations to all of them. I look forward to working with you in 2024. And to everybody, I want to wish you a happy new year. To everyone, wishing you much health, happiness, and much success. We need a lot of success in the world right now, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman Javik. Councilman Rivas?
Good evening, citizens of Linden, neighbors of the Fifth Ward. Today is for certainly being historical here in Linden. Last year, this moment was part of my life, when for the first time I was being sworn in as a councilman for the Fifth Ward. And now I understand that life is a journey, where one day you are somewhere and you never imagine in the future where will take you, where will you're going to be. I never thought either to be in a city called Linden. I never ever thought either to be around great people, around great neighbors, around great public servants, because I have seen how hard they work. I have never thought to be around great workers for the city of Linden. They are really the heroes of our town because they keep moving the city forward. I can only say that I am happy not only to congratulate the re-election of Council Alfred Mohammed, Council John Francis Roman, Councilwoman Christine Hudak, and now a new member of the council, Mark Amstead. Well, I'm not longer the newie in town.
New kid on the block.
I'm not longer the new kid on the block, but I can certainly say that I am still feel new because Mark, hearing everything that everybody has said about you and what you have said about the history of the town, man, I think you know the town better than any one of us. So it is an honor to have you here with us in City Council. For the great citizens of the city of Linden, I like to say that I'm going to dedicate my life, what's the rest of my life, while I'm here in this city to work for the greatness of this city. I came here to look for a better life, and I had the opportunity to meet all of you, great people. This is the city that have taught me so many things, and it's keep teaching me a lot of things as for what God wants me to do. I'm thankful to all of you. I'm thankful to the spirit of my son, who one day said, "Daddy, why are you doing that?" And I said, "Because I want to help people." And he says, "That's why I love you, Daddy, because you put other first before you." And as proud as he can be right now in heaven for me, I want to say to everyone in the city, to my neighbors, that I'm going to be giving my best day in and day out to keep helping my counter officials, my colleague members on this city council and the mayor to keep moving Linden forward. To all of you, have a great New Year's and God bless you all. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. I want to acknowledge we have from our neighboring city, Rawway, Mayor Raymond Giacobbe. Welcome. Okay, Councilman Ralph Strano.
Well, thank you, Council President. First, I'd like to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year in 2024. Wish all good things come your way, and if you hit those bumps in the road, may they be small ones. And I want to congratulate my colleagues that were reelected, and even this guy next to me on my right, congratulate him too. But I look forward to working with you, Mark. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Mark and I have known each other probably as long as I've known Derek, and that goes pretty far back. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to do great things. Christine, congratulations. John, so glad that we're actually working together and working together really well. I appreciate, your respect, and it's that respect is now mutual. And it took us a while to get there, but God bless you and your family, beautiful family. And Alfred, I'm so glad you got reelected because I don't want to be the oldest person up here. How else could I say it? But really, congratulations to Joe Bodick on being elected as our commissioner. Congratulations to our state senator, Senate President Nick Scutari. It's, when you talk to people and you say, yeah, Nick's a personal friend, and he's a Senate President. It's sort of like, you're walking around with a badge on yourself. You just happen to have that, in your back pocket. And that's for good reasons. And I wanted to say how glad I am that we're all back together again. And I just want to wish everybody, again, a Happy New Year, and thank you. Have a good night.
Councilman Medina?
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year's as well. I can't top the energy in this room, so I'm going to keep this brief. I just want to congratulate all of our re-elected councilpersons, and obviously this guy to my left, the newly elected councilman here. I look forward to working with him as well. He has my personal number. He had my personal number for quite some time now, so he has a lot of good resources up here, so I'm pretty confident he's going to do an amazing job here for the residents of the 8th Ward and the city of Linden. So that said, thank you, everyone. That concludes it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I, too, would like to take this opportunity to welcome our new council member, Mark Armstead. We're neighbors here in the 8th Ward, Mark, so anything you need, let me know. I'm willing to help. As well as our other re-elected council members. Everyone here works very hard, but I also have to mention our department heads, our supervisors. They make things happen around the city. Without them, we would not be able to do our jobs as council and mayor. So thank you all for what you do. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I met with Councilman Armstead over the weekend. We were going over some things for council. Don't listen to my son, Tommy. The best part of the council job is dealing with the residents. So you appreciate those phone calls. That's what makes this job work. So again, if I can be assistance to any of you up here, please. I'm a phone call or a text message away. And again, Happy New Year, everyone.
Council President.
Mayor, do you have anything you say again?
I just want to say that afterwards, we'll be having refreshments over at Upscale Lounge in the 1300 block of Elizabeth Avenue. All of you are welcome to attend. And God bless you all.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mayor. Okay, at this time, council needs to elect the president of council pro temp. Are there any nominations?
Council President, I'd like to nominate Councilman Ralph Strano for Council President pro tempore, please.
Second.
Okay.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javitt?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Abstain?
Armstead?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. At this time, I'd like to call upon our city clerk to swear in the president of council pro temp and call up his lovely wife, Mary Beth Strano.
I
I, Ralph Strano,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform the duties as council president pro temp
and justly perform the duties as council president pro tem
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President.
Okay, back to our agenda. We're going to move on to consent agenda items number 1 and 2. Can we have a motion, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to move consent agenda item number 1 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Yes.
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 Armstead?
You had to go to the
Medina?
men's room.
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
He said Armstead, I was just like, that's going to throw me off.
All right.
Resolutions?
All right, we'll move on to resolutions. Resolution 2024-1 to 2024-16. Can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move Resolution 2024-1 to 2024-16 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay. All right, we have no ordinances, an introduction this evening. I have committee assignments for, I'm going to pass them out. As all our council members were saying, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. So if you could pass that down. You can pass these down, thank you. All right. I'm going to ask that all the council members, committee chair, please contact your department head as soon as you can to arrange your committee meetings. Okay, we'll talk a little bit further about it at our January meeting. Okay, yes. You need another one? Here we go. Okay, I just wanted, before we close out the meeting, I want to announce that members of the governing body, oh, I'm sorry. We do have one report this evening, sorry about that. Councilman Strano, the
Yes.
personnel report, please.
Council President, we have a very short bit of business to take care of with personnel, so there's only 3 items here. I'll read them real quick. Ask for a second and approval. In the police department, A is approving the appointment of the following police recruits at the annual salary of $40,840, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements and successful completion of the academy. And this is effective January 2nd, 2024. So please bear with me. Some of these names may be a little bit difficult to pronounce, but I'll do my best. 1A1 is Victoria Vento. 2 is Joseph Rojas. 3 is James Alvarez. 4 is Camilo Lozana. 5 is Brian Rosa. 6 is Ariana Serrano Regi. And 7 is Alexa Hernandez Butrago. And again, I apologize if I messed that up. So 2 is in personnel, approving the budgetary moves and title changes, all effective January 3rd of 2024. 1 is Candace Guerrera, Police Department, promotion to Clerk 2 at the salary of $47,712. 2 is Lakeisha Wheeler, Court, promotion to Clerk 2 at the salary of $41,998. 3 is Latoya Boyd in the court, promotion to Clerk 2 at the salary of $45,648. And 4 is Sherelle Harvick Williams in the Department of Community Services, a promotion to Clerk 2 at the salary of $40,542. 5 is Martin Washington in the Department of Community Services, to $24 per hour. 6 is amend the annual salary for Michael Jusefic, Instruction Code, to $90,000. And 7 is to amend the hourly rate for Gary Hickman in the Police Department to $30 per hour. And 3 in the Community Services is to approve the posting for a Clerk 2 in Public Works at the salary range of $39,321 to $66,268. Move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes.
Council President, would it be appropriate for me to just make a few comments on being elected as Council President Pro Tem?
Go ahead,
All right.
Councilman.
I just want to thank my colleagues on council here for their vote of confidence, and I take that position very seriously. Those of you that may not know, this position requires that in the absence of either council president or the mayor, that somebody has to be able to step in with the authority to sign documents, or I'm not going to do any weddings, I don't think, but because I can't, this guy is something else with weddings. And I just want to say thank you again to all of the members, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd just like to ask for a moment of silence. On New Year's Eve, we lost our housing director, our retired housing director, Ann Ferguson, who served for many years in the city of Linden. So we'd just like to ask for a moment of silence in remembrance of Ann. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to invite the members of the governing body, their guests, and friends by Mayor Armstead, myself, and the Linden City Democratic Club to attend the reception immediately following here of light refreshments and snacks at the Dream Upscale Lounge that's located at 1410 East Elizabeth Avenue. So everyone's invited, please come join us. The next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting, Tuesday, January 16th, 2024, at 5 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. Council meeting Tuesday, January 16th, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Could we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Aye.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes.
Definitely.
Have a good evening, everyone.